Hey there, boys. What's going on? Focus here. I'm bringing you guys a story. What happened to me, last, like, month or so. Went over, like, a long period of time, this deal. Alright, so, anyways, it's my first commentary of, like, doing a video that I've already pre-made. I don't know how it's gonna go. Kind of looking at my wall right now. Trying to talk. Getting very distracted here. Noticing shit I've never noticed before. But, that's fine. So anyways, let's just hop into it here. I'm gonna try to talk slow. So anyways, the vacuum cleaner. So, everybody has had a hickey or will have a hickey in their life. Okay? This happened to me. But, so this girl, we're gonna call her, let's say Clementine. Alright, because that's a girl's name. And anyways, so me and Clementine, we were hanging out at her house, right? It was like after school or whatever, like, and we both liked each other, but we weren't dating. And so, anyways, we were sitting there watching Netflix, as you do with somebody you like. You watch Netflix with them and chill. So anyways, like, halfway into the movie, we start kissing, like, touching each other up, all this shit, and she moves down to my neck, right? And, like, gives me a nice, big chomp, and, so anyways, we're sitting there, just, it's like, I don't know what to do, cause blah blah blah. It felt great, but like kind of hurt, cause like she's like into biting or like shit like that. I don't know. It's very kinky, and so we were sitting there, right? She doing this stuff, and then like she lifts her head up, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And I look down, and it's fucking black, or it's like purple and shit, and it's very dark and very red. I'm like, oh my god, you do not. So anyways, guys, as I was so rudely interrupted, I was sitting there, and, yeah, she was just sucking on my neck, look at it, oh shit, it's like purple and blue and like green and shit, and like, anyways, it was very, tender, like, right, run home, like, this is not like kinda on my like collarbones, like on my neck, like visible on my neck, and like go home, right, wear my sweater, I smell like something, I smell like say greens, and fuck, and anyways, I got home, mom was looking at, she's like, so what's going on, what happened there? I was like, nothing. I'm like talking all sideways and shit so she can't see my neck, covering up, shoulders are up, go down, go downstairs, take a shower, do my face, whatever. Put on my pajamas, come upstairs. The sweater has came off. All right, my sweater is like downstairs, right? They don't want to go upstairs. It's smelling like something, and like, she's like, wait, we're watching The Walking Dead, I think, and then she's like, what the hell is that on your neck? I'm like, oh shit. She's like, you better not be doing sex. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm like, what? She's like, is that hickeys on your neck? I'm like, yes, it is. She's like, from who? I'm like, from Clementine. She like smacks me like on the back of the head. She's like, you're stupid. And like, you know how like when like let's say when like you do something bad and it's like your parents hit you because you did it. Like, not like, oh, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and like you go to school the next day like black eyed. No, it's like kind of like, it's like, oh, shame on you, tap tap, now go to your room or some shit like that. And like, yeah, she did that to me, and then she's like, cause this and this and that will happen, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I stood up, walked away with their chips, bag of chips, and I went downstairs, and then I proceeded to call Clementine and tell her that my parents found out about this. So, later at school day, so go to sleep, went to school, had gym. And my home teacher is my gym teacher, okay? And like, he kind of like didn't really notice it, right? But it's like on my neck visible, okay? And there's these like 3 people in my class. One's girl and the other 2 are boys. They're kind of like in a squad, and like they're like, oh yeah, what you trying to hide in there? And I was like, oh, nothing. And like anyways, so let's go back like maybe like to Halloween, okay? Halloween night, Clementine and my friend and her friend, let's say, would be a nice name here. Let's go with Xing Fu or Xing Shua. That's actually racist. Oh fuck, I have to edit this out. We'll call her vegetarian. Anyways, Halloween night, they're like, oh, you sleep over at our house. I'm like, are your parents okay with this? And vegetarian's like, yeah, my mom's fine with it, but you have to sleep in a different room. I'm like, okay. So I asked my dad. Typical daddy's fucking yelling at me. He's like, no, you can't be doing this, blah blah blah, fuck this, fuck that. He really, don't interrupt me. And I was like, I'm outside, I'm walking home, it's windy, my phone's picking up the wind, and he thinks I'm talking, and he's like fucking yelling at me because of that. And like alright, never mind. I call him back. I'm like, hey, I can't sleep over, maybe like some other time. So 2 days, like I think like a day later, whatever, go, it's all planned out, go to their house, sleep over. In the middle of that night, we watched all these movies, right? They have like this big bed in their guest room, right? Big TV. It's like one of those old projector TVs. We're watching on that, and it's like we're is this okay, yeah. And we're sitting there, and I think the rest of this recording is just me fucking stuck here on this loading screen, or just waiting. I think I'm like touching my dick or something, but you know, that's cool. Anyways, like, sleepover, made up this like pretty cool lie, whatever. Not gonna say it, cause then people, not actually no, people already do it, but you know, that's fine. And so yeah, I lied, pretty much, of say where I was going. Even though it was kind of the same house, like both the 2 people lived there. Not rice eater, vegetarian and Clementine. And so anyways, right over sleepover, it's like maybe 2 in the morning. Vegetarian wants to go to sleep. She falls asleep. Me and Clementine are playing zombies on Xbox. She didn't know how to play online though, like versus other people. And anyways, we're going there, right? Going hard. And vegetarian, she's fucking shit her pants. It was like when it was like and it was like a screecher, like a car stopped, and it was like and like it went high though. It was like and it was loud as fuck. It was like, and like it woke her up, right? Because we were laughing, like, and Clementine thought it was me, because, you know, they're my friends, you know, I fly around them, because, you know, tell them they're my friends. And we go, and vegetarian, she wakes up, okay, and me and Clementine, we're laughing at her, and vegetarian's like, what's so funny? And we're like, you just shit your pants. No, I said that. I was like, did you just shit your pants? And she's like, no, I don't fart. And like she said that with like her eyes closed. She kind of like flipped her hair out of her face and like rolled over, and like she's like, no, I don't fart. And me and fucking Clementine started laughing so hard, and like, fuck me. Okay, hold on, fuck me. So anyways, I think I was at a part where I was like at her house, or I'm at school. So anyways, I'm gonna start with the part where I'm at her house, and it was like, we're sitting there, or no, she farted, blah blah blah. She goes upstairs because she gets mad because we're laughing at her because she said she doesn't fart, but when she just shit her pants not even fucking 2 seconds ago. And like, So anyways, she goes upstairs, which where I was supposed to sleep, and then Clementine, she gets tired, she goes to sleep. I'm sitting there, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get in trouble because they're both sleeping in different rooms where I'm supposed to sleep. And I'm like, you go upstairs and then you go sleep with her. She's like, no, there's not enough room. And I'm like, well, fuck, we're gonna get in trouble then. And we're like, we just gotta stay up the whole night. I'm like, I could do that, but not on playing fucking zombies. She's like, whatever. And I'm like, you get some sleep, and then I'll wake you up. And then like, blah blah, that happens. We get in trouble, and vegetarian, her parents get mad at her, blah blah blah. That's what happened there. So anyways, back to that school. We're sitting there. We're not in the same class, nor do we share the same option or gym class. But anyways, I'm sitting there, right? I'm in gym, you know, doing this stuff, and parent-teacher interviews are coming up, right? And like, I just kind of stayed away from my teacher, right? Blah blah. Next week happens, still kind of there, right? My mom, you know what she fucking does? She calls my teacher, tells me I have hickeys on my neck. Alright, he didn't say anything for like 2 days, right? Or no, he didn't say anything for like a day. And like I go to him after school because like he wants to see if I have homework, and like reminds me if I do, because you know I got all this shit to do here, and like I'm doing my home, or no, I go down there. So me and Riley are down there, right? And like we're like, he's like, so what happened there on your neck? I'm like, oh, nothing. And he's like, was there a vacuum cleaner? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what happened? I'm like, you know, last time I used a vacuum cleaner, the on switch was on. There was no on switch, right? But you know, anyways, it was on, and I plugged it in, and it was just like, and like the tip was just fucking like getting up in the air, just hitting shit off like the shelves and whatnot, like fucking breaking glass and shit, and like he was like, oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, and then like it got like came near my face and got like on my neck, and I was like trying to pull the shit off. It was like some shit of a movie, and like I'm like trying to move my head and shit so it doesn't get me, and like it just got on my neck and just fucking like, oh, it's hard as fuck to get off. He's like, oh yeah, I believe you there. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. And he's like, so yeah, and then go home. I meet Clementine and vegetarian at the front door of the school, right? And I'm like, so my teacher, let's say his name is Mr. Fitness, alright? And I'm like, so Mr. Fitness, he knows the thing about on my neck. And like they're like, oh no. And like next day at school, right? And I do supervision, like lunchtime supervision, like with like the elementary kids with them, because it's cold as fuck outside. And anyways, we're sitting there, right, eating. Mr. Fitness, he leaves like 5 minutes later, comes back, and I've already shown vegetarian what's on my neck. And then like sometimes she's blushing, whatever, and then Mr. Fitness walks in, goes into his office, comes back out, and he's leaning there on his doorstep, like, so what's going on, guys? And like we're just sitting there like, oh shit. And like he's like, so Jade, oh fuck me. So I know, yeah. So Clementine, do you see what's on my Damien's neck? And then they're like, no, she's like, no, what? And like she tried to like play it off like she didn't know what it was, even though my mom told Mr. Fitness that it was her, that it was Clementine. And anyways, so he's sitting there talking to her, and like Clementine, she's blushing like so much, and her friend, her other friend, that's like, she's not really, Clementine's not really her friend, but like she talks to her because she's in her class, and like she gives her food, and like, anyways, let's call this girl Miss I Can't Eat Anything, or just like Miss Gluten Free. And anyways, Miss Gluten Free, she's like, so Clement, like this girl, oh my, I can roast her like for like 5 minutes right now, but you know, I'll maybe do that at the end. But actually, no, I'll do it. I'll do this shit right now. So let's talk about her. Anyways, her parents are kind of like fucked in the head. But like, this girl, Miss Gluten Free, she is like, oh, she's like a school shooter. You look at her and you're like, that girl is gonna shoot the fucking school if anybody is. And like, I know it's kind of fucked up to say, but it's true. If you look at her and it's like, she's gonna come to school with like a fucking AK and she's gonna shoot like 7 kids, and like fucking shoot like three teachers, and like, just for no reason. And like, she tries to get in the conversation and like tries to be part of like the squad, but like, really the only reason why she's there is because because Come Time hangs out with her, and she gives us free food. So I mean like she's cool, you know, but like, she's just fucking awkward. Like, she can't run. Her feet are flat as fuck. That was a tongue twister right there. But anyways, like, her feet, oh, okay, and like, she's like weird as shit, and like, so like, Mr. Fitness comes out, right, and he's like trying to make me look bad. He's like, oh yeah, Damien doesn't do any fitness on Fitness Fridays. He doesn't really do anything. He's trying to make me look bad, and like, and in front of them, and he's like, so Clementine, you know, you're doing pretty good in fitness. You're pretty fit, he says to her, and she's like, yeah, I know, and like, and then he just like is roasting her about like what's on my neck, and like, oh my, she was like, got so mad and like got so red. They're like, her like, so, and then there's these other girls. It's called, I want to say, Skinny, Fatty, and Ugly, but you know, that's I can't say that, so we're just going to call them Loudmouth, and Purple Hair, and I don't know what else, just other girl. But so anyways, those three, they're over there, right? They're eating their lunch, they're talking, they're laughing at us, you know, because what Mr. Fitness said to us, and so there's 4 of us and like 3 of them, right? So that's kind of like what's going on here, and like we're in the gym, and we're just like he's just sitting there, he's roasting them, or roasting me and Clementine, and so like we go back in there, right? No, he's like, oh yeah, you're fit, whatever, and then Miss Gluten Free over here, and like, he didn't really talk to her, but you know, like, she like leaned over, she's like, yeah, and he said, I'm improving, and it's like, I just, like, this is what I want to say, I'm like, bitch, nobody likes you, nobody cares, I didn't ask you for your opinion, okay? But you know, I can't say that, but you know, she's nice and whatnot, like, I don't really know her, but if I got to know her, I'm sure that she'd be pretty cool, but, you know, for reasons. And I was like, wow, you're improving, huh? She's like, yep. I'm like, that's great to hear. And like, we started laughing. She started laughing too. I'm not sure if she knew what for, but like, yeah, she was laughing. And like, I'm like, so he goes back in there, right? And this other kid, which is one of those three people I talked about before that are in that class, he got late today, and he comes in late every day, almost late, right? And Mr. Fitness said at the morning, or at the end of the day, in gym, said to him, if you come in late tomorrow, you're having lunch detention and after school detention. Not like, I was like, oh, you did something bad, but like, my teacher jokes around and shit, which is pretty cool. And like, if you do something bad, he'd be like, fitness, extra fitness for you, go do fitness. And like, you just get in trouble, you get fucking roasted. And like, anyways, so that's happened to him. He ended up having to do fitness. Anyways, he's sitting there in lunch. He saw my Snapchat story when I was with Clementine and Rice Eater. I mean, not Rice Eater, fuck, whatever, her name is Rice Eater from now on, okay? So I was at Rice Eater's house, and they were like, oh yeah, talking about us, and then he was like, he's doing heart signs and shit with his hands, and like turned around, like put his like arms around himself, like hugged himself, and like made it look like he was kissing somebody, and like he was like doing that, and like Mr. McDonald turned around, fuck me, and Mr. Fitness turned around, and that little kid, let's call him I really want to say his real name, but you know, can't do that, so we're just going to call him the annoying kid. So this annoying kid, okay, and he turns around and he makes it look like he's doing work and shit, right? You know, he's not. He's just fucking like looking at me and doing all this shit, and like, so you know, that's fine. You know, don't really care about that. And he's like I don't know, he's just that kid, and like, so anyways, Miss Fitness goes back to his thing, and come time, she's talking there, she's like starts talking shit about him, like, not like oh, he's a fucking faggot, like, oh, fucking I'll kill him, not like that. She's like, I like how he just like came and tried to make Damien look bad, even though like I don't really care, because you know he's hot as fuck. Quote me on that, because that is exactly what she said. And like Rice Eater was like, yeah, and like, well, and he was like, he said that me and Clementine are very fit, and we forgot about Miss Gluten Free over there trying to get in the conversation, and like, you know, that wasn't the worst thing, but like after that, like since it was coming parent teacher interviews, it was like fucking they had a meeting and they talked about students who would need shit, and I'm pretty sure that they told them that I have been getting hickeys from Clementine, or like these students are involving in sexual activities and after school, and it's like, really, you're not really, but you know, that's fine. And like, and I'm pretty sure that Clementine, her teacher, knew that I had hickeys, which is my LA teacher, and we're gonna call him Mr. Hockey. All right. So anyways, Clementine told me that Mr. Hockey, one day, she walked in, right, from the doors, we're sitting there, and he gave her the most dirtiest look, because you know, of what happened, and like through the whole rest of the day gave her a dirty look, and like whatever, that was that day. And then after that, the next morning, right, we walk into school, these teachers, my teacher, Mr. Fitness, and Mr. Hockey, our classrooms are just like across from each other's, and I'm in Mr. Fitness's, and Clementine is in Mr. Hockey's, right? And so anyways, they're just sitting there, they're just roasting kids as they walk in, like, Mr. Fitness is like, oh yeah, what the fuck are those, bud? And like, whatever, like, just talking shit to like every kid that fucking walked in, like, it was so funny, but like, wow, and like, not only that, like, our social teacher was there, we call him Mr. Genie, because, you know, he's bald as fuck, and so anyways, like, Mr. Genie's sitting there too, he's fucking roasting kids as well, and he's like, they're roasting us about like getting shit on, like, homework in on time, because like, it was like kind of like the last, not really the last day, but like, kind of like the last week to get shit done before holidays, and like, it was fucking horrible. So anyways, there might be a part 2, maybe part 3, of this Savage Month. So anyways, guys, peace out, go fuck yourself, safe sex, you know,